What's up, weirdos? Good morning. How's everybody doing out there today? All right, so bit of a sideways weekend. I know it looks like the bubbles are red right now. Well, I mean, they are red right now, but I know it looks that way. But what's really happening here when you zoom out, guys, is what we're actually doing is we're showing some very, very good strength, not just in Bitcoin, but across the altcoin market as well. If you zoom out to the weekly time frame, you can see that everything, even Bitcoin, is consolidating at a much higher level than they were 2 weeks ago, right? So we've seen a big leg up both in altcoins and in Bitcoin, and now we're seeing a little bit of consolidation, building up some support and some strength at current levels before we most likely take off again next week. I'm going to get into the Bitcoin chart. I'm going to show you the two possibilities I think are going to play out here, but we are seeing some nice growth, some nice strength across the market, guys. So right now, Jasmy down 6% on the day, up 17.5 on the week, 33 on the month, and down 39.8 on the year. Up one spot in rank to 813 and 58 million in volume. Swift Coin down 4.2 on the day, up 9% on the week, 9.3 on the month, and up 203% on the year. Down one spot in rank today at 314, a $126 million market cap and 1.55 million in volume. Onyx Coin up 14.5% on the week, down 1.5 on the day, up 32.5 on the month, and 1,090% on the year. Up two spots in rank to 108, $639 million market cap and 23 million in volume. And Zebek up 8% on the day, 3.7 on the week, down 17.5 on the month, but up 204 on the year. We're down 8 spots in rank to 184, $291 million market cap and 25 million in volume. All right, so we're seeing strength. Look at Ethereum is looking good. You know, we'll have a look at the Ethereum chart as well. We will have a look over at the Ethereum chart as well because, I mean, Ethereum is what we're really wanting to pay attention to as well on top of Bitcoin, because Ethereum is going to indicate to us what's going to happen with the altcoins, right? So we'll have a look at that. But first, let's go look over at the Bitcoin chart. What's going on there? Okay, so the breakout on this bull pennant I showed you guys last night, for me, somewhere around $130,000. But we're probably going to stay inside of here till probably like Tuesday, right? That's if we're moving to the upside. If we break, which bull pennants generally do, but if this does play out as a bull pennant, 130,000, probably Tuesday, maybe Wednesday next week is what I'm looking at here for this breakout for the next leg up. Now, there is an off chance that we lose this bull pennant and we drop down to fill this CME gap at $114,000, right? It's not guaranteed, but there's a possibility of it. And if it happens, it would have to happen on a weekday, obviously, because if it happens on a weekend, well, then we're just creating another CME gap falling down here, right? So if we do move to the downside to fill this CME gap before moving back up, that could push things back about a week, right? So next week we could see, if it does come down, we'll come down, fill the CME gap, come back up, recover, and then the following week we would have our move. But I'm hoping that, I think there's less of a chance that happens for now. CME gaps can be filled later. It doesn't have to be filled now. So, in fact, if we look up how often CME gaps fill and how often they fill immediately, what I found was over 50% of Bitcoin CME futures gaps are filled on the day of the new open, the day that the market's open, right? The next day that they open. So that didn't happen, first of all, okay? That did not happen because we created the CME gap back on the July 10th, right? It's the 19th now, so we didn't fill it the same day. 30% of the remaining gaps fill later during the week's session. So that would be us, right? So 30% of the time. So there's a 30% chance we fill that gap this upcoming week. Okay. So nothing's guaranteed. Again, we play in probabilities here, right? 98% of CME gaps get filled within 48 hours. That did not happen. So we're looking at historical analysis suggests that 60 to 95% of CME gaps eventually fill, but the time frames vary. Some fill within hours, others taking days, weeks, or even months, right? So we could see this CME gap fill next week. There's a 30% chance of that happening. If it does not, it could happen weeks or months later, right? So we'll see. I mean, it would make sense if it is months later, the CME gap can get filled. It has happened before where the market continues. We go up, we go into our July, August pumps, and maybe we come back down and fill the CME gap in September when we have that big dump in September or something, right? That's possible as well. But understand there is a 30% chance we come down and fill it next week, right? So those are your two possibilities. And I know that there's always that one guy out there that's like, oh, so it could go up and it could go down. Yeah, that's what charting is, right? Right? That's what it is. There's no certainties in charting. There is no, chart says this is where it's going, 100%. That's not what charting is. That's not what technical analysis is. There's no guarantees. So we always have to give you both possible scenarios so you can be prepared for whichever one plays out, right? Me personally, I'm going to hold some dry powder on the side just in case we do come back down next week and fill the CME gap so that I can scoop up some more altcoins at those. Screen has just glitched. Sorry about that, guys, if it glitched on you. So yeah, like I was saying, gonna save some dry powder for down here next week in case we do drop down here. 30% chance. I'd rather be ready than not ready, right? Let's go have a look at the Ethereum chart real quick. So what do we have? Look at that run up on Ethereum. So it would make sense for ETH to kind of build some sort of it's terrible, but some sort of a bull pennant right now would be right in line, perfect timing for Ethereum. But Ethereum may continue to just run, right? Once we snap, guys, here's the thing. If you think you're seeing altcoins running like crazy right now, you have not seen anything yet. Ethereum has not even broken into price discovery mode yet. Wait till we get past this all-time high at the top of this range and it goes into price discovery. Altcoins are going to go nuts. So strap in, guys, strap in, and don't even worry. Here's the thing. I'm getting like people making comments like, why is my one altcoin not pumping like everything else? Guys, come on. Don't be that guy, right? Everything will pump. Everything. You know the FTX token from the FTT token from the bankrupt FTX exchange? That token is going to pump, okay? Your token will pump most likely unless something devastating happened, like the team abandoned the project, there was a rug pull or something like that. Outside of that, just be patient. That's it. That's all you have to do, right? Your job is really not difficult. It's just sit there and wait. That's it. And know when to sell. It's really going to be that simple for you, right? So just chill out, man. Chill out, right? Your coin will pump. Take it easy. Quick shout out, as always, guys, to the channel sponsor, Decent Biometric Wallet. Simply use our link down in the description. Get yourself an absolutely phenomenal deal. I believe you get about $100 off or $99 off, your Decent wallets. They got a 2-for-1 deal going on. Check it out, guys. Not your keys, not your coins. Keep your crypto safe. Keep it off of exchanges. And we're gonna look at Bitcoin dominance here. But first, we just wanted to show you here Zbeck on SolScan, guys. Zbeck has officially surpassed 75,000 holders, a significant milestone reflecting sustained growth and increased adoption across the ecosystem. Boom, 75,013 holders, guys. You love to see it. And going over finally to the Bitcoin dominance, what is happening today? Beautiful, beautiful dump. Look at that, guys. Continuing to look fantastic. We need to see a a drop down below now, though. We need to see this drop. I want to see it down around 50% minimum, right? We seem to be trying to hold support right there. Can we collapse below 61.84%? That's what we're waiting for, guys. We do not want to see a recovery like this, right? We had this back here back in November where we saw a massive dump in the dominance and then it recovered, right? We don't want to see that happen. So yeah. Anyway, it's looking good, guys. It's looking good for altcoin season. Going to look at the total too at the same time. Boom. Above resistance, we got to get above this red line up here at 1.51 trillion and start closing daily candles there. But so far, so good, guys. Total 2 looks good. Bitcoin dominance looks good. Everything screams altcoin season is getting close. So, guys, listen, if you are new to crypto and you need help, you need guidance, you've never been through a bull run before, there is no shame in having your hand held by a community of people who've been through multiple bull runs and can get you out of this space with your profits intact. Okay? There's a reason that 90 to 95% of new people in crypto either break even or don't make money because they don't know what they're doing. You are driving around in a boat in the middle of the night in the fog with no way to know what you're doing, right? You're not going to outsmart the market. Invest in your education and we will help you identify. If you don't even know how to identify where liquidity is in the market, you're lost. You're absolutely lost, and you're probably going to end up holding your coins for 4 more years. Because when you try to set your sell orders, if there's no buy orders, or if the sell orders outnumber the buy orders at that point, well, guess what? You've ran into a point of low liquidity for sell orders to fill, and then your orders, the odds of your orders getting filled are slim to none. And then you're going to be stuck holding your crypto for 4 more years saying, this is a scam, my coins didn't sell. Here's the common misconception people who are new in crypto don't seem to understand. For every seller, there has to be a buyer, right? So if you put in a sell order, the exchange is not buying your crypto back from you at a higher price than they sold it to you at, right? They're just a facilitator between a buyer and a seller to keep it anonymous. That's all they are. They're facilitating a transaction. If there's no one on the other end of that transaction, your sell order is not going to fill because there's no buy order, right? So a lot of people don't understand this. They think the exchange is just buying the tokens back from them at a higher price. It doesn't work that way, guys. If you need to learn how to do this and get out of this space with your wealth intact, we will help educate you on how to do that, guys. Invest in your education. Join our Patreon community today. We have thousands of people over there, 8 different chat rooms buzzing. We're live every single day. We will help you with your portfolio structure, with your exit plans, with your profit-taking plans. We will teach you how to identify where you should be rolling your profits to make another 4 or 5x on your profits after you roll out of the projects you're already in, and so much more, guys. We're going to help you squeeze every dollar out of this bull run that you possibly can. Check it out today, guys. Again, we're live every day. We drop daily altcoin picks, micro cap gems, and so much more exclusive Patreon only content you can't find anywhere else, with special guests and so much more. Check it out today, guys. The link is down in the description. Passive income opportunities. Leave your 9 to 5 and be able to make income in crypto. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.